This is the A to Z of being me, or you could say it's the A to Z of being you. This week, A is for awesome. Now, I've got a friend, Barry, who's an American, and sometimes we go for lunch, and there was on one occasion, the waitress brought the eggs across, and he said, "Wow, these eggs are awesome." I said, "Barry, you don't get awesome eggs. You get tasty eggs, you get nice eggs, you get filling eggs, but you don't get eggs are not awesome." There was another time he was at my house and we had a meal together and I brought him a cup of tea and he goes, "Charlie, this tea is..." I went, "Don't say awesome." He says, I said, "The tea is hot, it's Earl Grey, it's sweet, but please don't say the tea is awesome." He said, "The tea has just been spilt on my lap." Okay. But tea, eggs are not awesome. That word awesome, according to the Webster's dictionary, means fantastic, wonderful, magnificent, bigger than ever, unexpressible. That's awesome. And we're going to look at A for awesome in this week's A to Z of being me. Let me start by telling you the old fairy tale about the princess who falls in love with the frog. She believes that the frog is not just a frog, he's somebody special. And one day the princess kisses the frog becomes a prince, and they run off and live in a palace happily ever after. What an awesome story. The problem is, it's not really true, is it? In reality, the princess kisses the frog, then she becomes a frog, then they both hop off into a pond with lots of other frogs and live a life of mediocrity. A is for awesome. And the first thing is, your story is awesome. Let me explain that. In the 10th of October 1987, I was finishing my second year at college in Scotland. 6,000 miles away in Shanghai in China, my wife was being born. At that time in China, there was a one-child, one-parent rule in the country. You could not have any more than one child. The parents of my wife already had a little boy, and so when they found out that Jasmine was on the way, they did not know what to do. So the day she was born, they were going to take her away and put her in a home. When a middle-aged couple got to hear about this, and they had been trying for years to have a child, and they couldn't have one. So they went down to the hospital and said, "Hey, if we give you $20, can we have this child?" In those days, you could buy and sell anything, and they were given Jasmine to take home. Jasmine grew up in a loving family with lots of cousins and lots of trips and lots of good things happening. Her mum and dad paid for her to go to one of the top universities in China. After graduating, they paid for her again to take a year's course at a top language centre in Shanghai. And on graduating from there, she applied successfully to become a Disney English teacher. That's where I met Jasmine. We started to go out with each other. We dated. I was recovering from cancer. I said, "Jasmine, I could be dead in 2 years. There's no certainty with me." She says, "Charlie, I love you. I want to marry you." And we got married. And we went off to Borneo to teach in a school there. Then from Borneo, we moved to Beijing. From Beijing to Vietnam. In Vietnam, we had this beautiful little girl that we know as Holly. What a wonderful story. What an awesome story. And it's true. But the thing is, every one of us has a story. A United States journalist by the name of John Mitchinson once said, "Every person has a story in them. There's a book in everyone." And you know what that means? There's a story in you. During this time of lockdown, during this time where, we're not so easy to get in and out of the homes, things are not easily accessible, why don't you use the time to write your story? You might be good at poetry. Write a book of poems. You said, oh, I've already written some poems. Well, write a story about the poems that you've written. You say nobody would read my story. I guarantee you, at least 10 people would read your story. And their friends would read it as well. You see, I can't afford to write a story. I can't afford to publish it. Hey, there's schools and colleges and universities would gladly take on your project. Some of them would do it for free. Write it, edit it, publish it. You have a story. You've got a background that nobody else has got. You've come through hard times that nobody else knows about. A is for awesome. You have an awesome story. Why don't you write it? Why don't you share it with us? Just like Jasmine is going to share her story in a book. Secondly, A is for awesome. Your body is awesome. Now you might say, how can my body be awesome? I've been in lockdown for 2 months. I am so big that if someone says, Charlie, the parks are open, there's a big picnic across the road, I could not even get through the door because I am so big. How can you say my body is awesome? Take a look at your hand. Do you know that your fingerprints are unique? No one in the world has the same fingerprints as you. Your DNA is different to any other living soul, dead or alive, in the universe. Your eyes are unique. No one has got the same eyes as you. They're awesome. You know, when me and Jasmine were just friends, we were having a coffee once in a coffee shop on the East Nanjing Road of Shanghai. And earlier that week, I'd been getting Chinese lessons from a teacher called Lily. Nice girl, lovely, polite, very professional. And one week Lily says to me, Mr. Charlie, I like you. I said, I like you too, Lily. What's the lesson today? No, Mr. Charlie, you don't understand. I really like you. I said, well, that's nice, Lily. I like you too. I was not picking this up, as men don't. And then she said, Mr. Charlie, I want to marry you. Whoa, I said, I don't think I'm ready for this. I'm okay. I like being single. Let's put a hold on the Chinese lessons. And I was trying to tell Jasmine this story as a friend in a coffee shop in the crowded East Nanjing Road. And I said, Jasmine, may I ask you something personal? May I ask you a favour? And she said, sure, go ahead. I said, promise me you'll never fall in love with me. Well, Jasmine stood up in the middle of a crowded coffee shop and she says, me? Fall in love with you? Are you serious? You're bald, you're fat, you're old, you're sick, you're foreign. Why would I fall in love with you? And the whole coffee shop was laughing and smiling. She said, but one thing, you have got awesome eyes. Whoa, 1 out of 6. I did a little dance in the cafe. Your body is awesome. You're unique. You've only got fingerprints that no one else has. Your DNA is unique. Your eyes are unique. And your personality is unique. You've got a personality that's endearing. You've got a personality that no one else has got. People are jealous of your personality. Or they won't tell you. They won't say, well, I wish I had what you have. But they are. You've got an amazing personality. You, my friend, are awesome. Do you know, there's a little verse in the Bible, I think it's in Zephaniah somewhere, it's one of these hidden books of the prophets, and it says, God delights over you with singing. How awesome is that? The God of creation, the God that made these lovely plants and this beautiful sunny day, delights over you with singing. Isn't that not awesome? Okay, go, have a wonderful week and be the awesome person that you are. See you next week.